Definition of state is the most universal and the most powerful of all social institutions and also of natural institutions. What the state, in my opinion, state is have a land and have people live there, and the population of people more than like 1,000 people. That's mean the population of people is very important if you want to become the land as a state. Why I say like that? Because it doesn't have more than 1,000 people of that state. That mean the state will be like doesn't have any activities or any generation to keep going that state. That things will become not officially as a state. In other understand about the state, in state must be have 4 important elements, which is government, territory, sovereignty, and population. Population actually doesn't have a limit at the some state will become, but must be more people, because if doesn't have a more people, the state will be not going very well. And second point is territory. Territory like in border to the others must be have border, because in our state must be take care of state, not to join the other state. It's a wrong waste. If we go to the other state and the other state will be angry with me and angry with our state, and will be have a little bit war. And sovereignty, that's mean have like supreme to make decision or make decision making, is that what I understand. And government is very important. If you want to become a state, must be have government. Is that because government to make sure the state become a good state, also can maintaining the order and making a law and regulation for people to follow. For example, if the state it doesn't have the government will be sucked and worse, because the other state will be take over that our state. That means in our state it doesn't have like maintaining order, doesn't have a law regulation. That means like all the other state can be war if they want to take that state. That is very important. Must be have a government. And if we have a government, the state will become like successful state. Is very like follow the rule, like follow the flow, follow the flow. And okay, I will be explain the little bit background of Malaysian state. As you know, like Malaysian state will become independent state when 31 August 1957. The population of state will be researched have 32.37 million in 2020 in this year, and Malaysian have border territory with the Thailand, and of course Malaysia have a government to handle all of things about the country. And sovereignty, as you guys know, in Malaysia we using the sovereignty system. That means the state is the supreme decision making powers. Anything decision what the government do, what the others do, must be have referred to YDPA to make a decision, any decision.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Armisyahira and I'm going to present about maintaining social order. What is social order? Social order is more to how governments maintain the peace of people by having a police force, army, placing or implementing laws by using judicial power and prison for the criminal or anything that keeps the government stable or values for people. How social order is maintained? Social order is maintained by people with the greatest political, economic and social resources, which basically those people who has high level position in government. According to political theorist Karl Marx, power is unevenly distributed in society, which means that social order is directed by an elite, few at the expense of the majority. By using coercive power from some units such as police, army, laws, they possess the authority from the government to use their power in order to keep people or citizens in peace and to maintain the social order. These units are authorized to use their power to arrest civilians who cause problems to the public as well as threats to the country. When will it implement? As long as the nation has the citizen as well as the government itself will take a role to maintain the social order. As without involvement of systematic government, any issues might be complicated and become worse since there is no leader to manage and take action towards better resolution.
Okay, I will continue with the next purpose of state, which is providing public service. Providing public service is one of the purpose of state, as it is a services provided by the government or public agency and public servant to the community of people, which is providing public service is under the responsibility of the current political organization that run and administer the country. Number 2, the important purpose of government is to provide essential service that make community life possible and promote the general welfare. For example, education, health, police, air force and the fire brigade, which is the services provided by the government is helping others like public people will take care of their legal rights, provide their demand and needs as the public people put their hopes in the political organisation that they choose during the general election of Malaysia and by election to take care of their welfare. Number 3, Ministry of Finance have the responsibility to present the federal budget of Malaysia annually. It is with the objectives to evaluate government revenue and expenses incurred proposals for the coming years, as the public people will know what the government do and where the money gone. For example, National Finance and Public Agency are depends on the federal government funds to provide public service to public people, as the budget are usually being released after the federal budget of Malaysia. Lastly, government also undertake projects like building sewer system and also provide service by making and enforcing laws that promote public service.
Providing national security. Every country in the world want to ensure their country are safe and the society live in peace and harmony, which they are on way in providing the national security, including Malaysia. When it comes to national security, meaning that how the government protect our country from others attack the country. In Malaysia, we have Majlis Keselamatan Negara Malaysia, in short form MKN, that has been formed in 7 July 1971. This form of organisation is responsibility in settle all the problem at the national, state and district level. It is to avoid the communist threat. Majlis Keselamatan Negara also have to ensure the security are strong enough and able to maintain the peace and harmony. They have to set a plan of or strategy in order to ensure it able to work well and smooth according to the plans. In terms of disaster, our government has provided a lot of resources like food, shelter to the society. Sometimes disaster can be happen in every country like tsunami, earthquakes and many more that might bring harm to the society. For example, in 2014, there is a big flood happened in Kelantan that has bring harm to certain place or village. The government ensure that the food and shelter are enough to give to the society in Kelantan. In terms of facing the crisis that might happen in the country, when the citizen is not agree with the government decision, they will make the objection through the strike that gonna risk the country because people will show the objection using the violence. To prevent the strike happen, government will provide the police or army to ensure that there is no violence will be using and shows the objection toward the government. Okay, and then in terms of security in ICT, our technology always upgrade from year to year and from generation to generation. Therefore, which complete technology system, it gives a positive and also negative impact toward the government and citizen. For example, cybercrime, where a person are able to access someone information easily without any doubts, just only using a system that can hack the information as well. It can lead to cyber security threats. The government provide a cyber security where they can protect individual information and also in providing any programs that relate to IT. In conclusion, government always ensure they will provide the best national security in order to protect the Malaysia as well can lead in strengthen the sovereignty.
The first point of conclusion is we already know state are the only political institution, or in other words is political driver. They have ability to carry out many functions to give necessary for their people, which means function state is like national defense, public safety, or a public good. Example of public good is education or anything necessary that people need. When a people who live or born in the state, they will get the citizenship by the state. They provide by state. That's why they deserve to get all the necessary that only state can provide to them. Other state can provide. Only the state they get the citizenship can provide. That's why we have a difference between people who belong to the state and people who stateless. When a people belong to the state, only the state have ability and responsibility to provide all the requirement to the people. But the different to the people stateless is they don't have any platform to speak out or to speak out what they need. So for other state don't have any responsibility to fulfill their requirement because the people is not belong to them. Next, second point of conclusion is state is important as a basis of the national community in which the people are united by a common political culture. I already explained that state is the political institution, right? Actually, it's a normal when a people who live in the state want to follow only leader because the right leader and right political, because only the right political can provide all the people want, can hear and can fulfill all the requirement what the people need and who live in the state. Every single level can get the requirement benefit live in that state. Okay, that's all for me.